The legacy of Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, is a subject of intense debate and discussion, both in America and around the world. His rise from a real estate mogul and reality television star to the highest office in the land was unprecedented, marking a seismic shift in American politics. Trump's presidency, which spanned from January 2017 to January 2021, was characterized by its unconventional style, polarizing rhetoric, and a series of bold policy moves that continue to shape the nation's political landscape. Trump's legacy begins with his campaign, which upended traditional political norms. Running as a political outsider, he tapped into the frustrations of many Americans who felt left behind by globalization and ignored by the political elite. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," became a rallying cry for millions, encapsulating a desire to restore what many saw as lost American prosperity and pride. Trump's ability to connect with voters through direct, often combative communication, especially on social media, changed the way politicians engage with the public. On the economic front, Trump's administration pursued a policy agenda centered on deregulation, tax cuts, and a strong emphasis on American manufacturing. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 was one of his signature legislative achievements, lowering corporate tax rates and aiming to stimulate economic growth. Supporters point to record-low unemployment rates and a booming stock market prior to the COVID-19 pandemic as evidence of his economic success. Critics, however, argue that the benefits of these policies were unevenly distributed and contributed to rising inequality. Trade was another cornerstone of Trump's presidency. He renegotiated long-standing agreements, most notably replacing NAFTA with the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. He also imposed tariffs on China and other countries, seeking to protect American industries and address trade imbalances. These moves sparked both praise and controversy, as they disrupted global supply chains and led to retaliatory measures from trading partners. Immigration policy under Trump was marked by a hardline approach. His administration implemented stricter border controls, sought to build a wall along the southern border, and enacted travel bans targeting several predominantly Muslim countries. These policies were hailed by supporters as necessary for national security and the rule of law, but condemned by opponents as discriminatory and inhumane. Trump's foreign policy was defined by an America First philosophy. He questioned long-standing alliances, withdrew the U.S. from international agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal, and engaged directly with leaders like North Korea's Kim Jong-un. While some saw these moves as bold steps toward redefining America's global role, others worried they undermined international cooperation and stability. The Trump era was also marked by deepening political polarization. His rhetoric often inflamed tensions, and his administration's approach to the media and political opponents was combative. The response to the COVID-19 pandemic, in particular, became a flashpoint, with fierce debates over public health, economic shutdowns, and the federal government's role. Perhaps most consequential was the aftermath of the 2020 presidential election. Trump's refusal to concede, repeated claims of widespread voter fraud, and the events of January 6, 2021, when a mob stormed the U.S. Capitol, have left an indelible mark on American democracy. These events continue to influence debates over election integrity, political accountability, and the health of democratic institutions. Donald Trump's legacy is still being written. For his supporters, he is a transformative figure who challenged the status quo and championed the interests of ordinary Americans. For his critics, his presidency represents a period of division and democratic backsliding. As history continues to unfold, the full impact of Trump's time in office will be debated for generations to come.